Hello everyone, this is Blazo Glory, and today, well, in a moment we're going to be doing a Thanksgiving episode. Stay tuned for that. But first, Broccoli wants to show us her snake. Tell us about the snake, Broccoli.
He is a super fire ball python.
Just like my mixtape.
And he's awesome. And he's really friendly and nice and...
Also like my mixtape.
He's curious with a little tongue going... And, he'll get to be like...
He's like,
3.5.
What is that thing you're pointing at me, human?
Between about 3 and 4 foot long and upwards.
Why does it smell like pee? Never mind.
Of between like 1,000 and 1,500 grams, so it'll weigh about 1.5 pounds.
You realize where you keep moving him, I have to keep like moving the shot around, and it may end up getting your face if you do that, right?
Oh no.
Tell him his name is Lieutenant Dan, because he ain't got no legs.
And I wanted to show him off because he's awesome and fantastic and friendly.
He is very friendly. I was gonna get a Savannah monitor once upon a time, but I decided against it because the dogs, which I'm sure that you can hear them being bad in the background right now. Well, my dog doesn't like it that there's another dog to divide my attention against, much less if there were a reptile. Anyway, is there anything else that you wanted to say before we closed up the video here, ma'am?
No, except for tomorrow is Thanksgiving, so happy Thanksgiving.
Well, when they watch this, it'll probably be Thanksgiving.
Well, then today is Thanksgiving, so happy Thanksgiving. And,
depending, the time will be relative to the time that you watch this. It's either Thanksgiving or it's after Thanksgiving. I doubt it'll be before, because Thanksgiving is tomorrow at the time of shooting this, and I doubt I'll have it edited and uploaded before Thursday. I'm sorry, I interrupted you. Go ahead.
Anyway, Monsieur Lieutenant Dan will get a nice big juicy mouse for Thanksgiving.
We picked out a real fat one in the spirit of American gluttony.
He doesn't want to face the camera. He just wants to face me because I'm the one holding his butt. But,
Isn't all of them kind of butt?
Bye.
He says, thanks, human. Oh. He's very pretty.
He is.
Stay tuned for the Thanksgiving video. Hello everyone, this is Blaze of Glory, and today we're going to do a Thanksgiving Day quiz. Now, I know this won't actually come out on Thanksgiving because I got kind of sidetracked with all the stuff that I had to do and, trying to get some sleep and stuff like that. So, it'll be a belated Thanksgiving Day quiz. I have food. Get them in. I have the Doritos Roulettes. Apparently, I think it's like one out of every 7 or 8 or something like that. It's supposed to be super spicy. And if you know me, you know that I don't do well with spicy foods. So, I'm going to take this quiz, and then for every one that I get wrong, I'm going to eat a chip. And I don't know how many questions are on this quiz. Maybe like 10 or 20, maybe? I don't know. But anyways, it should prove pretty fun, especially if I get a hot one. And knowing my luck, I'll get all of the hot ones and none of the good ones. I'm wearing my new glasses, by the way. You can't tell because they're exactly the same as my old glasses, only not all scratched up and just horrible. Question 1. Though wild turkeys can only fly for short distances, they can sometimes reach speeds of 7 miles an hour, 35 miles an hour, and 55 miles. I'm going to say 55, because I remember being in the bed of a pickup truck once, and I think we were going like 35, and the turkey flew past us for all of like 30 feet. So I'm going to say 55. Question 1, 55. Yes! Got it right. Correct. Though domestic turkeys are earthbound, Wild turkeys can fly up to 55 miles an hour. Well, see, I knew that. What's the significance of the turkey dinner? Turkey symbolized good fortune for the pilgrims. At the first Thanksgiving feast, 4 wild turkeys were served, or there is no special significance. Well, I know there had to be. I don't think there was 4 wild turkeys served at the first Thanksgiving. I know everything was vastly different back then. Like you wouldn't have had the pecan pies and pumpkin pies and things like that they have now as well. I also remember something about turkey once the colonies got started and things ended up and we started America. So I think George Washington ultimately won out because he was president, and he wanted the American eagle to be the bird of America, or the American eagle, the bald eagle to be the bird of America, and Benjamin Franklin actually wanted it to be a turkey, but I don't know if that ties into them being good luck or if it's just that he liked the turkey better. I'm going to say that there was no special significance. Really? 4? I thought they were lucky to have what they had, and that's why they were thankful. Customary turkey dinner is a reminder of the 4 wild turkeys served at Pilgrim's first Thanksgiving feast. Well, then why don't we have 4 turkeys now? Probably because that would take 4 days to cook, and it would be insanely expensive. Roulette chips. Oh, you know what I should do as well? I'm going to mix these up a little bit. I don't know if you can tell which ones are the hot ones by looking at them. So I'm not going to look into the bag so nobody thinks that I just went to grab not a hot one, or I went to grab a hot one for entertainment's sake. God knows I'm not entertaining. Okay, that looks regular. That's not that bad. I knew I'd get a hot one with the first one. Actually, you know what? I don't necessarily think that was a hot one. I think it was a hot one adjacent. Because if it was a hot one, I should be crying right now. It got stuck in my throat. Breathing in makes it worse. How fast can a turkey trot? 15 miles an hour, 25 miles an hour, and 40 miles an hour. Well, if they can fly for 55, I don't think they can run 40. I'm going low on this one. I'm going to go 15. I don't think that a turkey can run 25 or 40 miles an hour. What? Turkeys run 25 miles an hour? That's ridiculous. How do turkeys, those fat, kind of waddly birds with the gobble hanging down, well, only the dudes have the gobble, but you know what I mean. How do they run 25 miles an hour? I can't run 5 miles an hour. It's a good thing I've never been attacked by a turkey. This one also looks regular. Holy crap, no, that was a spicy one. Oh, God. Oh, it's spreading across my tongue. Oh, good God, I'm gonna get some milk. It's still a little bit burny. For those of you that are saying, what's the big deal? It's just roulette Doritos. Well, for me, this is a big deal. About the spiciest thing that I ever usually eat is a jalapeno. And even then, I don't really eat them. I'm that stereotype for white people where you put some salt on a piece of bread and now it's spicy. I do not deal with spices. Oh, how many more of these do I have? What's the name of the skin that hangs off the turkey's neck? The snark, the wattle, or the gobbler? Now see, we've always called it the gobbler. I don't think it's called the wattle. I want to say snark because that doesn't fit in with what I think to be true. And so far the best thing is to, or the best strategy would have been to not answer what I think it is. But I'm going to say gobbler. That's what I think it is. Wattle? What? You've got to be kidding me. As odd as it may sound, the flabby skin is called a wattle. Wattle is what you do when you walk funny. Like I waddle. That's the thing. Okay, this one, I'm actually looking at them before I eat them to gauge how much milk I'm going to be guzzling after them. Fun fact, milk it supposedly helps with spices because it coats the inside of your mouth and it coats over the capsaicin, which helps it not burn. I'm pretty sure that's bunk though. I think something in it neutralizes the capsaicin, or it helps a little bit. Bread is much better than milk though, but I don't have any bread, so milk is what I got. Too bad I'm slightly lactose intolerant, I think. I don't know. That was a good one. After this video, I'm gonna end up eating this entire bag of chips. Just like have a gallon of milk and the bag of chips and just chug and eat and chug and eat. What name have anti-pilgrim protests given to Thanksgiving? Judgment Day, the European invasion, or the National Day of Mourning? You know what? I'm probably wrong on this, but if for no other reason, the funsies, I'm gonna say Judgment Day. That's metal. It's probably the European invasion. Yeah, I'm gonna call it that. Correct answer, National Day of Mourning. What? That's not clever or fun at all. That's weak. Oh, quick update on the scores. So far, I've gotten one correct. I'm standing at 20%. It's like I'm in calculus all over again. This one doesn't look bad, so it's probably pretty bad. Oh, that's a hot one. Oh, that's horrible. I think it's... Oh, God, it's in my throat. Oh, it's still burning. I think it's better on me this time because I was expecting it. When I breathe out, it feels like I'm breathing fire. Jump cut, and we're back. Let's see. Sorry, the UAINE has given the Thanksgiving the name National Day of Mourning. What is the UAINE? United American Indians of New England. I didn't know that was a thing. Not to get too overly political, I really don't like the term American Indians. It's Native American. If you take American and Indian, you're just mashing up the wrong thing that Christopher Columbus called them with what they actually were. They were not from India, they were from the Americas. I mean, they might have passed a land bridge to get here thousands and thousands of years ago, but they would have done that from, or probably other parts of Asia, probably not specifically India. Question 6. How many questions does this thing have? Guess I'll find out. Which Paltiksek? I'm probably pronouncing that vastly wrong. Forgive me. Native Americans served as interpreter and intermediary between the Pilgrims and the Wampanoag? Pocahontas, Squanto, or Samoset? Okay, so I don't think it was Pocahontas. If my Disney watching as a child has taught me anything, then Pocahontas was the chick that got with John Smith. I'm pretty sure it's more in depth than that, but people are going to hate me for that. But I know very little about history. I'm more of a technology guy. My nose is running from the spicy chips. Squanto. That sounds familiar, but I can't put a place on where I know that name from. Or Samoset. I don't think I've ever actually heard of Samoset, so I don't think that's it. Or it could be it, because I'm usually wrong anyway. I'm gonna go with Squanto. Yes! I got it right. No chip for me. Even though the good ones are really good. The spicy ones suck though. Which group of American Indians, or as I like to call them, Native Americans, formed an alliance with the arriving pilgrims? The Wampanoag, the Massachusetts, or the Mohegan? Well, didn't it just say this in the last question? I also have, there's a film in my throat from the milk. Okay, Wampanoag for the win. I'm back up to 43%. Correct! The Wampanoag, led by Massasoit, helped the Pilgrims survive their first winter in New England. Yeah, I should have probably looked up how to pronounce these words beforehand. Not that I would have known, because they're on the test and you don't do the test beforehand. I don't know. I'm butchering every one of these. It's not on purpose, trust me. Haha, I found someone that calls it Native American. What was the name of the Native American organization that has, oh, that's hard to read that blue on blue, protested at Thanksgiving Day celebrations in Plymouth, Massachusetts? United American Indians of New England, UAINE, Association of American Indian Affairs, Federated Eastern Indian League. I'm going to go with the UAINE, because that's the one that they were talking about, called it the Day of Mourning. Alright. Ooh, I'm back up to 50%. Question number 8. The UAINE has stopped traditional parades and religious services in order that their voices be heard. That makes sense, I guess. I mean, I'm not for... that's kind of a sensitive subject, too, because, on the one hand, they have every right to celebrate and be happy and stuff like that. But on the other hand, the vast majority of history is not how we think it is. History is written by the victor. So, if you have a bunch of colonists that come in, like say in the case of Christopher Columbus, where he didn't actually discover America, he just kind of came in, killed most of the indigenous people, put the rest to work as slaves, and then... Oh, that's the train. There is a train, or there are some train tracks nearby. And, you have things like that happen throughout what we've known with the Native American people. We've treated them very poorly. But it's like, it's okay because it's romanticized and it's seen as, it's manifest destiny. It was okay to do this. It's really not okay to treat another people like they're less than you, or to discriminate or to treat someone poorly based on the color of their skin, their religion, sexual orientation, whatever. That stuff is not okay. So I can see why they would protest at these things to have their voices heard, because a lot of bad stuff happened to get us where we are today. On the other hand, I realize that the holiday in its most sincere form is about it's not about stuffing yourself with turkey and gaining 10 pounds and buying everything that your niece could possibly want for Christmas the very next day with the Black Friday deals. It should be about, and is supposed to be about, sitting down with the ones that you love and having a good time with them and being thankful for all the things that you have, because a lot of people don't have the privileges that we have. Like me, I'm considered poor here in America. I live in the poverty, or I'm under the poverty line by quite a bit. I got me and my fiance, we live together, and we make about half of what is considered to be in poverty for us. But we're still doing better than most of the people in a lot of other countries. We may not have the means to go out and buy a new computer every day, or to take fancy vacations and stuff like that. but we have hot water, we have food every day, and we have a warm place to sleep and electricity. And that's more than a lot of people in a lot of other countries have. So it's really something to be thankful for. I mean, if nothing else, you know, instead of, and that's one of the things that I like to do on Thanksgiving, instead of stuffing myself. Don't get me wrong, I do stuff myself, but that's not a big part of the focus for me. It's about being thankful for the things that I have that other people do not. And there are even people in this country, there are children that die every day from hunger and disease and things that could be prevented. There's really, it shouldn't be that way. It is. Sadly, that's probably never going to change, but it shouldn't be that way. And granted, I believe we could all be a little more thankful for the things that we have, but especially on a day that calls it out, we should really be thankful. So I can see why people would get upset about that, because it is a day to enjoy with your family and your loved ones and be thankful for the things that you have. But I can also see the other side, where their people were probably mistreated horribly, you know, leading up to that day and after that day. And a lot of them just want to be heard. They want to be recognized. They want somebody to not admit. They want somebody to realize and acknowledge that their people were treated badly. That got very deep there for a moment. And this is supposed to be a fun, happy video. So, off of my soapbox, traditional, yep. No, question the 9th. According to the Butterball Company, how much turkey is consumed on Thanksgiving Day? Well, once again, just in America, and how gluttonous we kind of are to begin with. Not that I'm one to be talking. If you know me, you know that I'm a bit overweight myself, but 500,000 pounds, 100 million pounds, or 675 million pounds. Well, let's see, there's what, like 3.4 something million Americans in the United States. If you take your average turkey being around 3 pounds, which I think they're more than... Growing up, I've never seen a 3-pound turkey. If we had a 15-pound turkey, that sucker was gone within an hour. I'm going to go on the low end of what I think. I don't think that it was 500,000. I think that's way too low. 675 million pounds sounds kind of high. So I'm going to go with 100 million. Let's see how it works for me. Wow! 675 million pounds is what's consumed. Is that globally or just in the U.S.? 675 million pounds of turkey are consumed on Turkey Day. I suppose that's globally. It would almost have to be. Okay, so apparently there are 323.1 million people in the world, or in the U.S. in 2016. So 323.1 million, 675 divided by 323.1. Oh, I was off by a factor of 10. There's not 3 million people. Of course there's not 3 million people in America. There's 300 million people in America. And your average turkey is about 2 pounds. Wow, really? 2 pounds? That's a tiny turkey. I don't think we've ever had a turkey that's under 15 pounds. Well, I mean, to be fair, though, you do... Yeah, a lot of places don't. They might not celebrate Thanksgiving, or they won't have a turkey. They'll have a ham instead, or whatever. I guess that kind of makes sense. If every single person in America had a turkey, we could all have a 2-pound turkey. I don't think a 2-pound turkey would be enough for me. I eat the crap out of some turkey on Thanksgiving. I love it sandwiches, a little bit of mayonnaise, some salt on it. Ooh, it's so good. Now I'm gonna have to eat turkey after this video. Oh, yep, gotta get a chip. Right off the top. This one just looks spicy, doesn't it? I think this one was spicy adjacent. I also suspect that I should have chewed it a lot better before swallowing, because now all of that spice is sitting on the back of my throat. That's horrible. That burns very badly. What are these spiced with anyways? It doesn't say on the bag what the spice is. I can tell the ones that have just been close to the spice. Okay, question the 10th. Oh, question the 10th. Hopefully the last question, because my eyes are starting to water. What are male turkeys called? Toms, Bobs, or Harrys? I don't think they're Bobs. I think they're Toms or Harrys. But Tom is a cat, tomcat. So I'm going to say Harry. Oh, they're Toms. This one also looks spicy. It was not. I still have some residual spice from the last one. Well, that was my Turkey Day quiz. Leave if you want to see me do more quizzes and things like that, as opposed to making my normal videos. Focus, camera, focus. That was my Turkey Day quiz. If you want to see me do more of these style videos, just let me know in the comments. Just let me know what you want to see me do. I'll try to facilitate. I didn't do that well on this one. I got 40% out of 100. I've had Thanksgiving every year for the past 27 years, and I got 40%. You would think I would know more, but I don't. I was originally going to do this one with broccoli as well, but she had to go home. She had some stuff going on. But hopefully you found it entertaining. And thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.